And I did not mean to break that block. I actually need that block there. And crap, they're now escaping. What's up, Agents? Zero here. Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Series. This is episode 70, which means that by the time this episode is over, I'm going to be uploading my world to Dropbox so that you guys will be able to take a look at my world, play along with me if you decide you want to. So down in the description of this video should be a link to the current version of my world, at least by the time this episode is done anyway. So yeah, if you remember last time, I actually went ahead and set up a cactus farm over by the skeleton farm, and I've been doing a little bit of work. Why can I never be able to get out? So anyway, the reason why I'm over here instead of over there where we were working last time is actually I wanted to show you guys the progress that I've got so far as the netherwork farm is going, and as you can tell, it's going along slowly, but it is in fact at least working. It's just going to take a while for all the netherwork to finally be able to be fully grown and ready to harvest. Now, this episode, I actually have one project of which I have in mind, and I have a second thing that I want to get done just in case I managed to get this first project done in a relatively short amount of time, because that seems to be a problem that I'm encountering recently. Is I plan something out and then I have a lot more time available to me than I thought I was going to end up needing. And I'm actually going to be working right next to my house today because I have another farm which I want to put together. I know I've been doing these farms a lot recently, I realize this. And I do want to go ahead and take care of this skeleton before anything else, because I don't necessarily know whether or not it was going to count for the mob cap for me to be able to go to sleep. And yep, we managed to go to sleep. Okay, good. So, here's the plan for this episode. I actually want to build myself an egg farm, and before I go outside, I should probably let this zombie die, because I definitely don't want to have to deal with this guy. And apparently he's fine now. Yeah, go ahead, burn to death. That's actually what I want you to do. There we go. Alright, so. Okay, so I've got rotten flesh in my inventory. That's not great. I don't really need this. Alright, so here's the plan for this episode. As I just mentioned, I'm going to be building an egg farm, and you might be wondering why I decide I want to build it here instead of somewhere else. Well, I actually decided I wanted to put it here because this is another place that I'm obviously at quite often, and if I can actually get this to work, then I should be good to go. So if I go ahead and place down chest right here, and then, hello zombie, it's a good thing I noticed you, because otherwise I could have been in big trouble. There we go, takes care of you. Alright, so, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to be placing hoppers down like this. I'm going to be placing down hoppers basically in a 3x3 area, barring this first one, because this is how I want the egg farm to be set up. Because here's something that you guys may or may not know about hoppers and slabs. And I do not want to be in the crafting team, I need to be in the chest. If anything lands on top of a slab and there's a hopper directly underneath, then things will fall through the slab into the hopper. And if I have chickens here that are going to be laying eggs, well then that means they'll lay eggs, they'll land on the slabs, get picked up by the hoppers, and inevitably they'll go down into the chest. That's at least the plan. Now, I don't have any chickens on hand that I can use in order to fill this thing up. However, what I do have is some eggs. I do have eggs that I'm going to be throwing in here to be able to hopefully get chickens to spawn. It's obvious that they're not going to spawn like right away, but I can at least try. And I just realized I do not have enough wood in order to do this project. Alright, actually, why don't I go ahead and take out this one? I'm going to take out this slab. And did that slab go in here? Yes, it did. Okay, not that I'm really going to need it. I'm going to go ahead and place down this right here. And you know what, all things considered, I probably could get away with doing this, because I have some glass panes inside of this chest. I want to use these glass panes in this build so I can at least see inside. That's at least the idea. So if I can go ahead and place down glass panes like this, there we go. And I thought I was going to have enough planks in order to do this, but apparently not. Thankfully, I have plenty more wood back at home. I've actually got quite a bit of dark oak, which is what I'm actually using. So I should probably, if I go ahead and grab this partial stack of dark oak logs, and I turn all of these into planks, I should end up having enough to actually finish. Yes, almost 2 stacks. So I should definitely have enough to finish this project. Let me go ahead and grab all this stuff. Alright. So here's how this is going to end up working. I'm actually going to have it so that obviously I can see inside of it, but I'm also going to make it so that there is actually light on the inside of it at night, if that makes any sense. So actually now I'm thinking about maybe I should use regular glass, which I don't actually have any regular glass at any given point. So let me see, I should probably use my silk touch to pick up this glass. It's probably the smart thing to do. Yeah, I think I would probably be better off using glass blocks for this, because then that way I can actually have actual blocks. So yeah, I probably should have thought this through, but apparently I didn't, which seems to be a common thing in my video. So I'm going to smelt up a little bit of glass. I actually have one piece of glass right here I can get started, but I do still need to smelt up at least some glass still anyway. So give me a quick moment, guys. This shouldn't take too long. Okay, so now that I've got the glass and I've got it in place, that should be good for what I want. Now, the next step I need to do is actually set up the actual chickens on the inside. And I have eggs in here, which I said I was going to end up using. I'm not going to have any more than like maybe 3 chickens in there, all things considered. But that should be at least good. If I can actually get chickens to spawn in here using these eggs, that would actually be really great. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Got 1. If all comes to worse, I've got more eggs back at home. Okay, so that was the end of that set of eggs. That's not really too big of a deal. I can add more chickens in here if I really need to. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to actually put a roof on this thing. And here's how I'm going to do this. So I've got myself a redstone lamp, and I have myself a daylight sensor. You guys probably know what I'm about to do. So I'm actually going to go ahead and place in slabs along, obviously, the edges, because I want to make sure this is even. And that is not where I want to put that. Alright, there we go. So here's how I'm going to do this. This is actually going to be obviously lit up during the day because of the glass, but at night, the plan is for it to be lit up by the redstone lamp. It's by no means going to look nice. Then again, most of my builds don't always end up looking nice for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and put that there. And if I go ahead and get out the daylight sensor, if I put that there and set this to turn on at night, there we go. So now we've got that all set up. Now the next step that I need to do is actually get a few more chickens in there in order for me to get a somewhat decent amount of chickens in there. And I've got 2 stacks and 1 single egg in this chest. This is by no means going to be a relatively fast farm, but it should at least get the job done. So if I go ahead and build myself a staircase back up, and I need to go up a little bit higher. I did not mean to do that. So if I go ahead and place this there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up, and let's go ahead and start throwing eggs in here, because I want maybe about 3 chickens in here total. And if I can't get that many, then you know what? It's just kind of what happens. Alright, we've got ourselves, it looks like, my gosh, I think I got more chickens out of a single egg than I think is actually technically possible. That's kind of interesting. Alright, you know what? With that out of the way, oh, that's some zombies heading my way. There we go, I'm fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to sleep. And I can go ahead and put the last slab back on top of the egg farm. And whoa, I just got myself a lag spike. I am actually legitimately stuck right now. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, there we go, I'm fine. Maybe. Are there too many chickens in that egg farm that I just built? I feel like that might be what happened. Alright. Doesn't look like it's too many in there. It only looks like there's 4. Alright, so there we go. This egg farm is now effectively done at this point. Hopefully these guys don't generate too much lag. And I did not mean to break that block. I actually need that block there. And crap, they're now escaping. Alright, this did not go according to plan. Let's go ahead and block this off so that none escaped anyway. Great. Alright. So it looks like I'm going to have to fill this back up again because I broke the wrong block. Let's see, how many chickens do I have left in there? None. They all escaped. Great. Alright, let's try this again. So let's go ahead and... let's see, I want to at least get 2 chickens in there. There we go, we've got 1. And if I can get at least 1 more in there. Nope. Looks like I'm only going to be able to have 1 chicken in there. That was a huge mistake. I broke the wrong block and my new egg farm suffered because of it. Well, too bad on me. So that just means that this egg farm is not going to be super efficient. But you know what? It's a price that I don't really have much of a choice but to actually end up paying. Hopefully these guys don't actually find a way out, because that would not be good. And when I actually do in fact get more eggs, I'll try to repopulate it, because that was not good on my part. I have no idea why that even happened. Well, I know why. I actually end up showing off the breaking the wrong block. That was totally my fault. Alright, so I knew for a fact that project was going to end up taking me not a full episode. I knew that for a fact. So what I'm actually going to be doing for the remainder of this episode, and did he just give me thorns because I hit him with an arrow? Alright. I guess that's a thing. Okay. So, I actually want to do a little bit of enchanting in order to end this episode off, because I actually want to increase the enchantments that I have on both my sword and, of all things, my boots. Because my sword, I have looting 2 on it, and I would like to have looting 3 on it. And while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and put these in here, because that's why I brought them. But my boots, on the other hand, they have Unbreaking and Depth Strider, and that's it. They don't have protection, and I would like to have, I want to have maybe some feather falling on them, because that would actually be relatively useful. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what I can get. So let's go ahead and put this in here. Let's see, we've got protection 3. Okay, if I go ahead and take those out and see what happens if I put the diamond sword in. Unbreaking, I don't really care about that. Okay, I will go for the protection, because that's at least better than nothing. So let's see, what do I get? And I've got protection 3, and that's literally it. Okay, so what about the sword? Can I get something good? Smite, Bane of Arthropods, Smite. No. Well, I don't have enough levels to be able to enchant something else and be able to get a level 30 enchant. So I suppose what I could do, I actually need to go ahead and take these diamond boots off first. So if I put this on, that costs 18 levels. What happens if I put it the other way around? 5 levels. I will gladly take that. So now I've got protection of some sort on all of my pieces of armor. So I've got protection 3 on that. I've got fire protection 4, blast protection 4, and protection 4. So I need to maybe upgrade my protection at some point. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to do in this episode. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to get done the sword in order to get looting so I could upgrade my sword, but you know what, it's kind of whatever. The main reason why I want to upgrade my sword on looting is because I've actually been trying really hard to find as many Endermen as I possibly can, so I can be able to go to the end, because I have really close to the amount of ender pearls that I actually end up needing. That came out weird, I know that for a fact. In order to be actually able to go to the end. I'm gonna go home before I end this episode off, because I want to show you exactly how close I am to actually being able to go to the end. Because I've got the... I actually have the blaze rods, which I need the blaze powder from in order to make the eyes of ender from the ender pearls. It's the amount of ender pearls that I have at this point in time. Take a look. 11. If I can go, there we go, 11. So I'm not too far from being able to go to the end in the first place. I've been wanting to go to the end for quite some time now, and I'm not far from it. I just need at least one more ender pearl, and I should be good. So what I'm actually going to be doing is, in between episodes, I'm going to be like doing things in this world to hopefully be able to get maybe another few ender pearls, and looks like the mushroom farm is at least working. That's good to know. That's why I came out here, because we've been working basically in the chunks of that. So we had it load, so we were able to load some mushrooms for growing. But other than that, I think this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. Again, what I'm actually going to be doing in between episodes is I'm going to be doing some work around the area, and I'm going to try to see if I can get more ender pearls, but then again, the endermen are a bit tricky to be able to get, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, this is where I'm ending things off. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.